What's up, my Martians? This is Chad Elliott, Logically Offensive, the podcast. Thank you for joining us. Today, we got a special show on deck for you because today, my friends, we've reached a milestone, episode number 30. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't even be here. So I want to thank you guys for all the fucking support. Thank you for being part of this goddamn space cult, man. Because you know, like we've talked about many times, this is a fucking cult, dude. And you know what cults do. We stay together, we stick together, and we help promote our message. We're not going to ask you to get any weird markings on your body. We're not going to ask you to sit around and do seances. We're not going to ask you to drink special Kool-Aid. Nah. What we're going to do, man, we're going to gas up the rocket ship and get away from all these goddamn weirdos in the regular, bro. That's what we do over here at Logically Offensive. So, with that being said, man, today is March 5th. I love you guys. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new episode, and let's get it popping. Also, we're family, don't forget. So if we're fam, call me whenever you need me on any holiday. That includes Halloween or Easter or Hanukkah or Happy New Year's, whatever it is, man. Whatever it is, Leprechaun Day. Hit your boy up. Let me know you love me because I love you too. Also, why is saying Easter like the most Mexican thing you can say? Easter. Hey, happy Easter. What, dude? Happy Easter. Nah, dude. It's Easter. Nah, happy Easter. Bro, Easter. 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 Bro, it's Easter. Easter. All right, fuck it, bro. I'm not talking to you no more. Happy Easter. All right. Hey, I just get to the point like I'm like, all right, guys, whatever you say. Anyways, today's a very special show, episode number 30, and we're going to kick this shit off right, man. You know what? I'm fucking sick and tired of this Harvey Weinstein case. Everywhere you look, you got to hear about it. You see something about it. It's on the news. It's on social media. It's all over, man. And me getting kind of tired of it. Because obviously the guy's a scumbag. No problem. Obviously we know he's a scumbag. No problem. Similar to Bill Cosby. But the more I look into the case, the more I really look at it, I start to ask myself, is the guy really a monster? Or is he just trying to get his D sucked, man? I mean, come on. Look, check it out. Check it out. This is the way I look at it. If you go into a job interview, right? If you go into a job interview and the dude is like, hey, suck my D, or you're not getting a job. See ya. See you later, buddy. See you later. I'm walking out. But for some reason, there's some people out there who they go into a job interview and the dude's like, all right, if you want a job, you got to suck my D. And they're like, huh? And he repeats himself. If you want a job, you got to suck the D. And they're like, okay, no problem. Then they do it, then later they cry about it. Hey, if you decide to suck someone's D on a job interview, that's on you. You know what that's called? That's basically called a business transaction. I'm not saying the guy's right for doing it or for asking for it or whatever. All I'm saying is business transaction. That's all you. If I go to a job interview and someone asks me to suck the D, I'm saying, see you later. Or me punching you in the face. That simple. I'm not gonna do it and then later be like, oh, shouldn't have done it. Nah, you know what you wanted. You wanted the job, and he was saying, if you want the job, you got to do this. Then you, as an adult, made a conscious decision to do that for the job. That's just what it is. So, is he a bad guy? Yeah. Is he a monster? I don't know. Probably not a monster. Probably some of these girls is just a little bit tarded. I'm just saying. Probably some of these Me Too victims just slightly, a little bit, I mean, can we all keep it real? Just a little bit retarded. And also, man, let me say this. I shouldn't have compared the dude to Bill Cosby because let's keep it real. Bill Cosby really is a real monster. Dude was drugging and raping women. And to my knowledge, I don't think this old dude, Weinstein, was actually physically raping anyone, like forcing himself or drugging him and raping these chicks. He was, he is a wild boy. He is a wild boy. Right? But he wasn't like physically raping or drugging bitches like Billy was. Nah, he wasn't doing all that. What he was doing was asking for some little bit of favors. Hey, lady, you want to give me a little bit of favors? And if you don't, me gonna fire you. You want this role in this movie? Okay, you got to give me a little bit of that sloppy toppy or you ain't getting it. That's about as far as he went, to my knowledge. I don't picture this old man like drugging and raping chicks. I don't think he was doing that. So maybe he shouldn't have compared him to Billy Cosby, the real monster of them all, the monster of the Midway, Billy Cosby. Bro, serious question. Do you guys hold your farts in around your significant other? Because I don't do it. And I can't do it because it hurts me belly. Now, do it make me wife mad? Yeah. Do it make me wife want to kill me? Yeah. Does it make me wife not want to be around me? Yeah. Do I care? No, dude. Hell nah. Hell nah, I don't care, dude. Chambo don't give two fucks about his wifey not wanting to be around him. Nah, dude, me's a Viking. And also, I've been in the gym, hitting it hard, drinking protein, so you know I got the bubble guts. You know I got a little bit of inflammation in the tum region, down low in the tummy areola. So yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm letting it rip. I'm not holding all that gas up in my belly area. You think I'm going to get sick because you don't want to be around a little bit of fart action? You think I'm going to have a sore belly because your nostrils can't handle a little bit of this sour fart juice? Nah, you got to deal with that. It just comes with the territory. So if you're around your significant other, I would expect you to do the same. Just let it rip, man. We're not in the dating phase no more. We're not in this little honeymoon stage where we're trying to hold our farts in and make our tummies hurt, okay? We long past that. So I ain't holding my farts in for nobody. I ain't holding me farts in for nobody. Chambo ain't doing it. You're just gonna have to hear all that rumble in the jungle, baby. Miss sorry. Hey, don't know why, but people have always told me this my whole life, that I look mean in real life. Not like there's a fake life, but people always tell me that I look mean. And I don't know why, but people always say once they get to know me that they're like, damn, I'm pleasantly surprised. You actually kind of a nice guy. And I'm like, yeah, what you mean? Of course I'm nice. I'm nice to everybody. Even people I don't like. Even like if I see a tranny, bruh. Even if I see an irregular rainbow mobster. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to be cordial to him. I'm still going to be a nice guy because that's who my mommy raised. I'm just a good guy. So it's always shocking when people are like, oh man, I didn't think you were going to be nice. I thought you were an asshole, or you're going to cuss me out, or I was intimidated to talk to you, this and that. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, just your appearance or the vibe you give off or the energy you have or the way you look, you just look mean. Huh? I look mean? What does mean look like? How do you just look mean? I smile. I don't know. I think it might be the shape of my face. Because one time one of my teammates, shout out Courtney Young from the Macon Knights, he had a big ass shovel head, just this big old monstrosity of a head, dude. So I used to tell him he had a shovel head, and he used to get pissed off. But in return, he would be like, oh, well, at least I don't got on the scream mask permanently. He used to tell me I looked like the scream mask. But it's still all good because me got all the bitches. Hey, man, you guys want to know really how to find an asshole? You guys want to know a surefire 100% way to find a racist? I'm going to tell you right now. Go on Facebook, argue with a black girl, and go back and forth with her 3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Watch what happens. Just go ahead and try it. Go ahead right now on Facebook. If you're not black, if you're not a so-called black, go on Facebook, find a so-called black girl, disagree with her, and go back and forth with her on Facebook 3 times. Dare you? Try it. First of all, the first message is going to go nice and normal. It's going to be like, she's going to be like, the sky's blue. You're going to be like, nah, I don't really think it's blue. She's going to come back after that, and she's going to tell you why she thinks it's blue. Now, if you come back at her a second time after this, she's going to say some shit, and then she's going to say at the end of it something like, we're just going to have to agree to disagree. Okay, now this is just her turning up her meter a little bit. She went from, I'm pretending to be nice, I'm pretending not to be a racist piece of shit, I'm pretending to be cool and respectable. And more than likely, this person has some, I love God first on shit on her page, like I'm a Christian, some type of shit. Anyway, the second response when she comes back and says, we're just going to have to agree to disagree, this is her turning her meter up to like a 4 or 5. Okay, now she really still hasn't shown her true colors. But I assure you, you come back for that 3rd time and you say some more shit to her, that 3rd fucking response, bro, that's going to be a whole goddamn new level. It's not going to go to a level 10. It's going to go to level 36. She's going to start saying, hey, first of all, what she'll probably do is she's going to call you a racist piece of shit just for having an opinion. And then she's going to proceed to prove that she's a racist piece of shit. She's going to say some shit like, fuck you, whitey. That's why you can't understand. You got a little pink Peter, bro. And then she's going to write like LOL and then like a bunch of emojis. Hey, happens every fucking time. And then when you go back to respond, when you go back for that 4th time, after she showed her cards that she's a true racist, when you go back, hey, blocked. Sorry, see you later. Post don't exist. Blocked. Can't find it. Nope. And this happens every time. If you don't believe me, go right now on Facebook and fucking try it out. Run the experiment yourself. Get back to me and let me know what the fuck you find out. Also, another thing that they're famous for writing is, you mad? You mad, ain't you? With a bunch of laughing emojis afterwards. Hey, bitch, I'm sorry that I got a different opinion than you, but that don't mean I'm a racist, okay? That don't mean that I got a small Peter, and it don't mean that it's pink, okay? Racist bitch? Nah, that ain't what none of it means. So just because I have a different opinion than you, it's okay that two adults can argue back and forth. I don't know how the fuck you was raised that you think that means that you get to turn into a racist asshole, but that ain't how it fucking works, okay? Childish bitch? Nah, calm the fuck down. And this probably happens with other people as well, but this just is so fucking frequent with me every time on Facebook whenever I argue or disagree or go back and forth with a black girl, every time, racist. So for those of you guys who listen to the podcast, you guys know that I hurt my knee a while back, and I've been trying to rehab that shit. And I've been trying to basically just do it on my own. And every time it feels better, I fucking re-injure it each time because I'm a beast and I just try to jump back into things. Well, today's March 5th, man. And I injured it in November. So it's going on some crazy 4 months, bro. Which is insane because the shit should have been better by now. But this has been extremely frustrating because I haven't really been able to determine what the exact cause is. I tore my MCL on my other knee a long time ago, so I kind of knew what that felt like. So I was thinking maybe I just tweaked my MCL, and then I started thinking, damn, does it have something to do with my LCL because it hurt over on my hamstring? And so there was this confusion, right? Because every time I try to go back and train when it felt better, I try to lift or train or do jujitsu or whatever, I'd go back and it would end up re-injuring. It would snap or pop or some crazy shit, and then I'd be out again. So it just became so fucking frustrating. So eventually I was like, okay, once and for all, we got to figure out what this problem is, and we got to take care of it. Now, whether that means surgery, whether that means sit at home for another couple months and just ice it, whatever we got to do. If we got to cut off my leg, I don't give a fuck. Just get me back in there so I can get back on the mats and start training and choking people out. Because how the fuck am I going to be a world champion? How is Chambo going to be world champion if people think I got a little bitch ass knee? So we got to figure it out, doc. So I go see my orthopedic, and he says, look, we did the x-rays. The x-rays look fine. Structurally, there's no damage. Everything looks like it's intact. I say, great. He says, but we also did the MRI. Now, the MRI is showing that you have a complex tear of your meniscus. And I say, what does that mean? He proceeds to tell me that this injury and this type of injury rarely can heal itself. And more than likely, I'm going to have surgery. Now, when he said surgery, I thought, two things. First, I thought, fuck, this fucking sucks. But then I thought, okay, whatever. Let's just fucking fix it so I can get back to being me. So he said, I'm going to have you meet with my surgeon, which is one of the best surgeons in the area. And I'm going to have him go over this with you. And you guys are going to sit down and talk and decide what the best option is for you moving forward. I said, okay, cool. So for 3 or 4 days, I'm just kind of down and out. God, I'm going to have surgery now. I'm thinking about the process. Fuck, man, all this shit. Then I go meet with the surgeon. I sit down. He comes in. He says, you know what? I don't think you need surgery. I said, huh? He said, nah, I don't think you need surgery. I said, what? He said, for all accounts and purposes, and all intents and purposes, or however the fuck you say it, I think you, Chambo, may be some kind of an X-Men. I say, oh, really? He goes, yeah, I think you may be some kind of an alien from another planet. I say, yeah, doc, I think so too, because me name is Chambo, and me's the leader of the logically offensive space cult. He says, probably because I'm an athlete or been an athlete my whole life, that I got an unusual amount of blood flow to this particular region where the injury occurred, and that makes it so more nutrients and blood flow get to the area and promote healing, etc. I'm not a doctor or a scientist, but you know what the fuck I'm saying. So I say, doc, are you serious? We don't need surgery? He goes, nah, I think this is going to heal on its own. I say, you know what, doc? You, my friend, are my new best buddy. And I walked out of there basically floating on a cloud. And ever since then, for the last 3 or 4 days, me been floating on a cloud. So just want to say, doc, I love you. He thinks that it can heal. Now I think it can heal. Now I'm back to being in the gym. Next week, I'm going to start back training jiu-jitsu, get back on the bike, get back on the horse, and fucking handle my business. So just want to tell you, heads up, jiu-jitsu guys, me gonna be seeing you guys real soon. Hey guys, you guys ever go out to a restaurant and they give you a fucking plastic cup that looks like a glass cluckety cluck? Me got a motherfucking brain tumor, cluckety cluck. Hey, You ever go out to a restaurant? Let me try this again. You ever go out to a restaurant and they give you a fucking cup that looks like glass, but it's plastic. And then you flick it and you're like, hey, this ain't glass, this is plastic. First of all, I don't like plastic cups because I heard that they absorb more bacteria. Second of all, I don't like plastic cups because I don't like the texture and the way that they fucking feel on me fucking lips. And third of all, most importantly, I don't like being tricked. I don't want to go to a restaurant or a place where I'm a patron and then feel like you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes. You trying to trick me, making me think that this is glass when clearly it's fucking plastic. If you're going to do that, if you're going to try to trick your boy, if you're going to try to trick your boy with some of this shit, what else you doing? Huh? What your cook doing in the back with me steak? What you guys doing with me salad? Is this even salad dressing? Is that a fucking tomato? Is this even fucking chicken, bro? How do I know? Because you guys obviously have an honesty problem around this place, around these pots. You guys obviously have lying problem around these pots. And me don't want to eat at a place that got lying problems around the pots. You feel me? You feel me, boy? So, just want to say, if you're a restaurant that has glass cups, great. I love it. I love you. If you're a restaurant that has plastic cups. If you're a restaurant that has, I don't know why I can't say that, plastic cups, I don't love you as much. But I at least love you for being honest. But if you're a restaurant that has plastic cups, but you're trying to pass them off as glass cups and you're making them look like glass, but we all know they're plastic and fake, then me got a problem with you. Hey, I don't know if you guys have ever been on these things like these dating sites and these dating apps. Of course you have, because everybody's freaky. But, like Tinder and Plenty of Fish and Farmers Only, all the shit. Well, I was thinking, because on each one of them, you could either put your name or like put a handle or some shit. But what about that one? It's called Christian Mingle. I was thinking, what do people put on there for their handle or nickname or like screen name? Because a lot of people don't want to put their own name, so they come up with some shit, like some clever shit. You might be on Plenty of Fish looking for a bitch, and her fucking screen profile might say Twin Peaks, and she just got some big ass fake titties. Or it's dudes on there putting their name as fucking Wesley Pipes. Hey. But nah, if you're on Christian Mingle, bro, what the fuck do you put? I think if I had one, bro, I just go straight up. Jesus in the streets, Satan in the sheets. Probably not gonna get no dates, but you never know. Some of these Christian girls might be like, hey, if this boy is Jesus in the streets, I'm just saying, if this boy is Jesus in the streets, but he come turn into that wild boy in the sheets, if he turned into that horned red demon, that horned devil back at home in the sheets, let me hit this young boy up, the youngest man in the universe, and see what's popping. But nah, man, I don't know what I would come up with if I was on Christian Mingle, bro. Christian Mingle. What they mingling about? What you guys doing, bro? Talking about church? Talking about tithes? Or just talking about some illogical, irrational bullshit, bro? And let's keep it real. These bitches got to be probably the most boringest bitches in the whole world, man. These bitches got to be the most boringest bitches on the whole planet. You can't flirt with them. You can't cross the line. Bro, if you go over the line just a little bit, you're out of there, dude. You got to just stay you got to play it real safe. When you walking on the line, you got to play it real fucking safe, man. Don't talk about too much wild shit. Unless, of course, you're Jesus in the streets, like your boy, then you might be able to get away with a little of that horny action back in the sheets. But now, how fucking boring is that to talk to a chick that all she want to do is talk about church and shit? That shit's crazy, bro. And then she wants to say that her theology and ideology and her religion and all that shit is the most important thing in her whole life. It's the most important thing to me in my whole life. But then if you really get into the philosophy and theology behind it, she has no fucking idea. She has no fucking clue of what the Bible is even talking about, the narratives, what part is a metaphor, which part is supposed to be taken literally. I mean, it's so sad, dude. On one hand, you talk about it's the most important thing in your life, but on the other hand, you don't open up your Bible other than, once every 6 months. But you think you got the word of God in your hand. No, you don't. Calm down, bitch. So calm down talking about you can't talk about all this fun stuff that you know you really want to talk about. Just keep it 100. Just be yourself and quit playing the little game that you want people to really think that you're like this hardcore religious Christian when you actually have no fucking idea. You just want to be seen as that. That's what it really is. You really have no personality, no individuality. And so what you do is you want people to see you as something, but then you don't have the wherewithal to actually be that thing, because that would take too much energy and too much commitment to really be that thing that you want people to think you are. So you ain't pulling the goddamn wool over my eyes like the restaurant with the glass cup. Suck a dick, Christian Mingle. And also, let me say this. If you're on the Christian Mingle, if you's on the Christian Ming, what you doing, lady? Shouldn't you be at church like a nice young church lady should and finding yourself a nice young potential husband in the church place? Like Jesus would do. Wouldn't he find himself a nice young woman in the church place? Or out in real life? WWJD. But WW know what Jesus wouldn't do? Go on the internet, because guess what? Internet didn't exist. So WWJD, okay? Keep it real. Get up in the church house and get your fast little ass off all the dating apps. Signed, Chambo. Love ya. Hey, so you know one thing that I really can't stand, and people that know me know that I can't stand, is small talk, dude. I don't like entering into it. I don't like people entering me into it. I don't want to be a part of it. I just do not like small talk. It bothers me. It's annoying to me, and I don't want to be part of it. With that being said, the other day I was driving in the car with my wife, and out of the blue, she says, "Hey, you know it's going to rain tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yup." And then we just keep on driving. Because she didn't have nothing else to say, dude. It's just fucking small talk. She just wanted to fill that void. She just wanted to fill that space because she wasn't comfortable in the silence. But you know what? Something with me, I'm fucking fine with the silence. I'm comfortable with the silence. I embrace the silence. I like it, man. Because I'm over here thinking about all type of deep shit. That's what deep thinkers do. We don't got to fill that void with some small talk, some unnecessary shit. It's just fluff. It's all it is fluff. Now, if she had said, "Do you know it's going to rain tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yup." And then she proceeded to talk about some more shit and continue on with the conversation. Cool, that's fine. I'm cool with that. You know, if there's a reason that you wanted to ask me that question and talk about something, that's cool. I'm fine with that. But as soon as I say yup, and then you ain't got nothing else to say and we just keep on driving, immediately, in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, small talk? See you later. I don't want nothing to do with it, man. And people that know me know that. And if you've ever been around me in a social setting, you may have felt like, hey, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? He's standoffish. He's a little bit antisocial. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I'm going to tell you what it is I'm so comfortable in my goddamn self. I don't got to have small talk with you guys. I don't like that lower level, small, low vibration, nonsensical bullshit, whatever the fuck you're talking about. I don't want to enter into it. And I'm not judging you. You more than welcome. You more than likely to do it. And I don't have no problem with you over there doing that. I just don't want to do it. To me, it's a waste of energy. And I don't want to enter into it with you. But then don't you start judging me saying I'm a bad guy just because that's who I am. No, that's who I am. You could be over there being who you are. I'm going to be over here being who I am. And we could just keep it running just like that. But if you come to me and like, hey, I want to talk to you about this, and this, whoop-de-whoop-whoop, I want to ask you questions like, what's up with this? Hey, no problem. Let's have a conversation. I love it. But don't talk to me about no low level, low vibrational fucking nonsense. Ain't got time. Hey, Apple's getting hit with a lawsuit. Have you guys seen this? Yeah, the company Apple, they admitted, these fuckers, to slowing down older iPhones so that they can make people purchase new ones. Huh? They wanted to make your old iPhones not work as well. So you'll go out and be like, oh yeah, my old iPhone, that shit tripping. I better go out here and get me this new iPhone because that old one, that shit tripping. You can't trust anyone, man. You can't even trust fucking Apple. Everyone's about their money. And I'm an Android guy personally, but they probably fucking us too. Who knows? You just have to be vigilant of things, and things that seem weird to you, just pay attention, because usually your sixth sense is probably right. If you get that gut feeling about something, 90% of the time you're probably right. So if your phone starts slowing down the same time a new version's coming out, just don't chalk it up to a coincidence now. Now you actually can know some wow behind the scenes shit is probably going on, man. Don't chalk it up anymore. Hopefully though, that this type of thing won't happen anymore with cell phones, because it actually got into the media and people found out about it, and the lawsuits are now happening. We just have to be ready for the next bag of tricks, because you know they got some more bag of tricks coming down the pike, man. Greed, my friends, will never sleep. Even if you're a billion-dollar company like Apple, you would think they wouldn't be the greedy fuckers, but even if you're a billion-dollar comp like Apple, you still want more money. You're still going to lie, cheat, and steal to get more guap. And that's just the way it is. You could be the fucking bottom of the barrel, the lowest of the low, and you'll lie, cheat, and steal. Or you can be billion-dollar comp, and you'll lie, cheat, and steal as well. That's just the way the world works. That's the way the cookie crumbles, and that's the way the ball bounces, unless you're a good, wholesome, respectable man like the youngest man in the universe, Chambo. So did you guys see this quote that James Harden had last week? Apparently, he's tired of people trashing his game. And if you follow the NBA, you will know that people frequently like to discuss James's game, say that he's a ball hog, or the way he plays his style of basketball is not conducive to winning championships, and he can't play well with another superstar, et cetera, et cetera. It never ends. So now apparently James Harden is getting upset at this. He's kind of fed up, and he's starting to lash out. And what he said the other day was he wishes that he was just 7 feet tall, so then he could just run down the floor and just dunk. Everybody wishes that they were something else. And would it be easier if James Harden was 7 feet tall? Of course, because he could run down the floor, run right down the middle of the lane, all the way coast to coast, buddy, and just yam time on people's necks, like the Greek Freak does. And that's really what it was. It was a shot at the Greek Freak and all these other people saying or that believe that his style is not conducive to winning championships. And he's a ball hog, which he is a fucking ball hog. And let me say this, James. Big game, James. Let me say this. I like your game. I think you're a great player. You're one of the best players in the world. Offensively, for sure, no doubt. One of the best players of all time, offensively, probably. Is that conducive for winning championships the way you play? Probably not. And also, people that are your size, I mean, Dwayne Wade, I think he was 6'5". He had a completely different style of basketball than Big Game James. So don't say that it's your size that makes you have to play the way you play. Nah, you could play a completely different way. You choose to play the way you play. And my next door neighbor saying, man, I wish I was 6'6" or 6'5" so I could be in the NBA and do what James Harden does. Because maybe he's wet. Maybe my next door neighbor is wet. And maybe no one knows because he's only 5'8". But if he was 6'5" or 6'6" like James Harden, maybe he could be making some things happen too. Maybe he could be an NBA All-Star. Maybe he could be one of the best players in the world, but we'll never know. We'll never know. Just like we wouldn't never know if you were 7 feet tall, what the fuck you could do. Because I seriously doubt that you'd be as athletic at that height as Giannis is at his height. So it is what it is, man. Everybody wants to be something they're not. And everybody says that dumbass argument, well, if I was taller, or well, if I was stronger, or well, if I was faster, I could have did this, this, and this. Well, you're not faster. Well, you're not taller. Well, you're not stronger. And so that's why you're not those things. So stop making excuses. Because Chambo don't like making excuses. Just say you are who you are. And that's what it is. And if people want to complain about your game, James, just tell them that you're one of the best players in the world, and they just got to live with that. And also just throw in the fact that your defense sucks all the peeps, bro. Your defense sucks. You can shoot. You got mid-range. You got long range. You can go hard to the cup. You're a good foul shooter. You suck ass at defense. But other than that, man, come on, dude. James Harden, one of the best players in the league. So one of the best players in the world. Quit complaining, James. We don't like it. If people are going to talk shit about it, you just take it on the shoulder. You're a professional. You just take it on the shoulder. You just dust it off and you keep moving. Because when you start talking shit back to them, that's when you start making yourself look like a little bitch. And nobody wants to be a fan of a little bitch. So on last week's episode, I talked about how important it is to love yourself, how important it is to be authentic and just, accept who you are for what it is. For example, if you're an ugly ass dude, right? And you're down and out and you're depressed about it and you're ashamed about it, nobody's going to like you. No one's going to think you're sexy. You're going to dig yourself into an even deeper hole. But that same guy who's ugly as shit, if he owns that and he makes light of it and, he just loves himself for who he is and he accepts that. Like he accepts the fact that he maybe have a fucking peg leg. If he just accepts the fact, bro, that he's got a peg leg. And when he goes out to parties and shit, he's just talking about being a pirate or he's just showing it off like, hey, look at this wooden stump. Dude, is this going to be funny? It's going to be attractive and chicks are going to dig that, right? Instead of being ashamed and sad and depressed and all down. That's ugly. No one wants nobody's going to find that appealing at all. Now, that was last week's episode. So with that being said, what is one thing that you wish you could change about yourself? For me personally, I don't want to change anything about myself because I've reached a certain age where I love myself, and hopefully you have too. Hopefully we all reach a certain stage in our life where we're grown up enough where we just are like, hey, it is what it is. I love myself for who I am. I've grown into this person, and this is what I have to offer the world. If you don't like it, get the fuck away from me. If you do, come on in. You feel me? So one thing I wish I could change about myself, nothing, bro. I don't want to change shit. I think when we're younger, we want to change all kind of stuff because that biology is off. That chemistry is off. We got all kind of hormones and shit running through our veins. We don't really know who we are. We're questioning every little thing about it, right? Every single thing we do, we're questioning. Are my ears too big? Is my hairline, does my hair look funny? Is my voice funny? Are girls not going to like the way I sound on the phone? Do my kneecaps look funny in shorts, right? I mean, it could be a million fucking things. You're just always questioning yourself because you don't know if the world's going to accept you. Well, hopefully you've grown out of that shit. But if you haven't, what's one thing you wish you could change about yourself? I'm here to say, not look wise, but one thing I wish I could change about myself is having CTE, because CTE translates into a lot of other shit in my life. And one of the things it's translated into is me having zero tolerance on the streets. I got zero tolerance, and your boy got road rage. Okay? Your boy got the road rage, man. So if I'm on the streets, you know something that'll make my blood boil? Something that'll make me go zero to blood boil? Is seeing somebody, especially driving on the freeway, going fast, and texting when they're near me. If I'm driving on the freeway, even if I'm driving in town, just on regular streets, I'm gonna get mad. But if I'm driving on a freeway and I look over and I see somebody texting on their phone, driving fast near me, hey, and they're not paying attention, me blood is boiling. Me temperature meter is rising immediately, dude. And sometimes I'm just going to look over at you and keep looking until you look at me. And then I'm going to point down at your phone, and then I'm going to flip you off, and I'm going to be saying all kind of wild shit. Get off your fucking phone, dude. You're putting everybody's lives at risk. There's women and children out here driving on this freeway, and you're putting everybody at risk. So you could send some bitch a message on the Tinder, on Christian Mingle, huh? Put your phone down. It could wait. Put your phone down, asshole. It could wait. And if they never do look over at me, if they're just still, driving, looking up, they'll look up for 2 seconds and they'll look back down at their phone and I'll just drive right next to them, and I'll make sure if they start swerving over to me, I'll get out the way, and then I'll just honk at them so they will look over at me, and then I'll tell them, hey bitch, get off your fucking phone. There's women and children out here driving on the freeway. Cause now me mad, and you don't want to see Chambo's blood go from zero to boil, cause we're going to have a nice little problem when we get off on one of these exits. You feel me? So, anybody out there who texts and drives, put it down, man. It could wait. Seriously. Put it down. It could wait. Just text the person later. There's too many accidents out there. People's lives are at risk. Just pay attention, man. Just pay attention when you're driving, and just fucking hit up whoever you need to hit up once you reach your destination. Hey, I got a question. Do you guys think that female rappers are sexy? Do you guys think that female rappers are sexy? I heard someone talking about Meg Thee Stallion. Someone said Meg Thee Stallion was sexy. I think it was Brendan Schaub on King of the Sting. I think they were talking, him and Theo, and I think Brendan Schaub said that Meg Thee Stallion was bad. Now I started thinking, do I think any female rappers are sexy? And I immediately thought, nah, dude, I don't like it, because I don't like that type of energy. I don't like that whole type of vibe. It just feels masculine. It feels manly, and it feels too much testosterone for me, man. I like my woman nice and soft and sweet. Okay? The same way I don't like no female bodybuilders. The same way I don't want a girl that could squat 700 pounds. The same way I don't want to date a chick that's a construction worker or that can change my tire. Nah, me don't want none of that. I don't like female rappers. They're not attractive to me. Some of them might be pretty, but when I look at them, I'm not turned on by them. I'm like, damn, that bitch is bad. Nah. Can't do it, because to me, basically what you're doing is you're looking at a man. Basically what you're doing is you're looking at a man. She might be in a woman body, but the way she talks, the energy she puts out to the universe, her whole fucking aura, the shit she's talking about, the shit that's going around in her mind, that's man shit. That's dude shit. I want my girl to be sweet, nice, and soft, and that's it. Me don't want you. Me don't want a girl talking about squatting 700 pounds or spitting verses in the studio. And if you don't know what studio is studio. Just bring your ass home, get in the kitchen, barefoot in the kitchen with my t-shirt on with no panties, start cooking me dinner, be nice and soft, put my kids to bed, be loving, ask if I need a massage, cook me a nice little dinner, let's sit on the couch, you be the woman and be sweet, and I'll be the man doing the manly shit. That's why we got gender roles. That's why God created me with the meter and you with the vajayjay. You ain't spitting no bars around here. Bro, that also made me think, would I date an IG model? Could you seriously date someone right now who is famous on social media or an IG model, bro? I highly fucking doubt it. I mean, if you were trying to talk to a girl right now and she had like, I don't know, 80,000 followers, 100,000 followers, would you talk to her? I couldn't do it, bro. Too much attention. She's got too many options. She's got too much attention. She's not focused on you. She's always worried about taking pictures, posting on the gram, replying to people that's talking to her on her page, having to hit people back up in DMs, going to see how many likes she has, how many new followers did she get. Her whole world revolves around that. And if you're in a relationship and her whole world revolves around social media, number one, you fucked. Okay? Number two, her mind is going to be thinking about the next dude that she could get with. Straight up, point blank, period. Because so many dudes are going to be trying to talk to her. And she's going to be getting so much attention from opposite sex. And even from people probably nowadays, because it's 2020, from her own sex. Her mind's going to be fucking in the gutter, bro. She's going to have all type of wild shit running through her mind. So I can't do it. IG models, nah. I know a lot of IG models want to get with Chambo, but got to say, nah, can't do it, bitch. If you don't have under 1,000 followers, don't even hit me up. If you don't have under 1,000 followers, don't even hit up me DMs, because it ain't going to work. We just ain't compatible, baby. It just ain't going to work between us. I know you think it is, but I'm telling you right now, no, it ain't. And when Chambo says, no, it ain't, trust me, no, it ain't. And also, a fine bitch with 250 followers, most attractive thing in the world. Because she don't care about being famous. Nah, all she cares about is making a man happy. And that's what I like. I don't want you out there trying to make the world happy. I want you to be fine as fuck, 250 followers, and also only care about making me happy, not the gram. Buddy, it is your favorite guy, Goat Milk. I am back again. I just want to take the time to say thank you, Chambo. Thank you for having me back in studio. I love you guys. I love all of you fans, and me happy to be on Logically Offensive Podcasty. So the last week they asked the Goat Milk, do you guys think that Goat Milk was a bully in high school and when he was a little kid? And I'm here to tell you guys, I was no bully. I don't like the bullies. I used to follow the bullies around and trip them. When they walk down the hallway, I trip them, buddy. I don't like bullies. If I see someone bullying a little kid, I come up to him, I say, hey, what you doing, little dickweed? Don't bully that little guy. Because if you do it, Goat Milk gonna see you in the hallway and trip you, buddy. Leave him alone. Hey, guys, I got to say this. Goat Milk always keeps it 155 realians, buddy. I keep it all the way real every time. So that's why I have to say, this podcast kind of sucks it, guys. But now hopefully it's going to get better because Goat Milk's here to fix the day. Goat Milk's here to save it for you guys. Because basically, Jambo used to have like 200 listens every time he do podcasting, but now he has like 15, guys. But I just want to let you know that if podcasting sucks it, Goat Milk gonna fix all the problems because Goat Milk is just that guy. Hey, If you don't want to hurt the one that you love, then don't hurt the one that you love. Just love all the ladies. Okay? Just be a nice guy. Don't be a bully. And just love who you love. But me not talking about the gays. Me not talking about the gays. Or the Rainbow Coalition. Nah, don't love those guys. But if you love who you love, just love it. The other day I have conversation on Facebooky with a guy. He says, oh, if it don't hurt anyone, you can love who you want. And then God say to him, do you love who you want? If a guy wants to love a dead horse, he say, what do you mean, sicko? I say, no, Jews the sicko, answer the question. Answer my question. Do you have problem if guy wants to marry a dead horse? He say, that's sick. I say, yeah, answer the question, little dickweed. He say, well, I guess, if it's not hurting anyone, then he can love who he wants. Now, do you see what's happening here, buddy? He has to say that because he backs himself into a corner with the gay love by saying that if it don't hurt anyone, you can love who you want. So now he's forced to say it's no problem to marry a dead animal as well, because that's not hurting anyone. But do you see how this sick, disgusting mental illness leads you into these sicko beliefs? And I say to him, now let's take this a step further, little guy. Let's imagine that the man who marries the dead horse that you let do it, now he got a picture on the desk because he's a kindergarten teacher for your girl's school. He has a picture on his desk at school because he's teacher. He got the picture of himself and his bride, who is dead horse, kissing. And your little daughter comes up to his desk to ask for help with homework. But then she sees the picture of him kissing the dead horse with a bride and groom costume on with the dress on, the horsey. She say, what's this, teacher? And he has to say, that's just me wife. Now your little kid is being indoctrinated, thinking it's okay to have the sexies and have the marriage with the dead animals. All because you say doesn't hurt anyone. Do you follow me, Dickweed? This shit is crazy. And I don't like it. Goat Milk don't like it. Chambo, I know he don't like the gays. I know he don't like the irregular rainbow mobs. So you guys need to just calm it down with all they talk like, oh, if it don't hurt anyone, if it don't hurt anyone, they could do whatever they want. Don't be so judgmental. Wrong, asshole. Everything that happens in the world affects us because it either raises or it lowers the moral standard of the planet. And we don't want it to keep getting lower. We don't want you to extinguish the morals by marrying dead horses. Hey guys, I love you. It is me, the Goat Milk. And I have to remind you to be a flusher and do the courtesy flushies. If you go to the party room and you go in there and you have to lay down the number 2 ski, don't fucking do it without courtesy flushy. First you lay the dumpski, then you flushki, then you wipeski, then you flushy again. It's called the courtesy flush. Don't leave it in there to stink up the whole room, the whole bathroom. You're letting it stink like a bomb. You don't flush, then you wipe, then you flush both together. No, because then also that can make the plug. And then we have to call the plumber to come fix the plug and the whole house stinky and everything problem because you don't courtesy flush. So remember, always double flush, buddy. It is me, your guy, Goat Milk. I love you. I will see you next week. Go to America. It's lit. Wow. Goat. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining the show again, man. We appreciate you. We had a lot of feedback the other week from when you came on the show. So I want to say thank you to my guy, Goat, for doing this Thug Dizzle on the podcast, man. Let's get into the quote of the week. We started this a while back. This week's quote comes from the one and only Mr. Bob Marley. For those of you youngsters who don't know, Bob Marley is a fucking musical genius, a reggae icon from Jamaica. That boy was that Jamaican hitter. And yeah, man, one love. So what Bob Marley said was, check this out. Some people are so poor that all they have is money. Now let that fucking sink in for a minute. Let it apply to your life for a minute. Are you so poor that all you have is money? Or are you so rich, bro, that you're rich with love, family, relationships, making memories every day, spending time with the people that you care about, building relationships, playing with your kids on the floor, doing the small things that make you happy, enjoying life, going to the park, allowing things that don't cost money, that don't cost cashola, to bring you that true fucking happiness. Because that cashola, bro, that payola, that piece of paper, that could be fun, but don't let that be the source of your happiness. Because once again, man, poor people can have the most money in the world, but rich people don't need any money at all. Shout out Bob Marley, bruh. that true reggae icon, that true Jamaican hitter. R.I.P., brother. R.I.P. Bob Marley. Way before your time. Taken way too soon, man. We gonna miss you, Bob. Hey, let's keep this podcast rolling, man. This shit has been litty. This has been a good-ass show. We're at 45 minutes right now. Hey, let's get into our science topic of the week real quick. In this week's science topic, a large asteroid is gonna fly by Earth. Let's get into that. So this article is on CNN.com. It says on April 29th, an asteroid estimated between 1.1 and 2.5 miles wide will fly by Earth, but is not expected to collide with our planet, thankfully. If it did, the asteroid is large enough to cause global effects, according to NASA, back when the asteroid was first discovered. The asteroid is called 52768, and it was first spotted in 1998. It will pass within 3,908,791 miles from the Earth, moving at 19,461 miles per hour. The flyby is expected to occur on Wednesday, April 29th at 4:56 a.m. Eastern Time, according to NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies. This is pretty crazy because imagine they found this shit flying through space 22 years ago, and now 22 years later, it's going to be a near impact with Earth. What if, hypothetically, they found an object flying through space that wasn't going to come close to Earth, but was going to actually hit us? And instead of having 22 years to prepare for us or think about what we could maybe do, we got about, 16 hours. 16 hours of good old loving. I'm sitting back. I'm ordering all type of pizza, bro. That's what I want to do. I want to order a goddamn pizza. Pepperoni pizza with olives and pineapples, please. Yeah, and me going to be having lots of sex. Just saying. Me gonna be going to get, what's that shit called? They call it Roman wipes. Or I'm about to be done at the gas station popping all type of them goddamn bumblebee pills, whatever the shit they are. The male enhancements. Not like your boy needs the male enhancers, but your boy need to go about 16 hours till the impact. But that's pretty wild, man. And then the shit just comes in the middle of the night. 4 a.m, flyby. Could potentially end us all, but now it's just a flyby. So, in other words, we got lucky, guys. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be eating a lot of pizza. I'm going to be doing a lot of impact. I'm going to be doing a lot of impacting before the impact, if you feel me, if you know what I mean. And then, if it's the end of time, bro, if it's the end of time, I'm going to go out like a boss that I am. Hey, I asked this question on Facebook. Ladies, is it the motion of the ocean or is it the fucking, how do they say that shit? Is it the motion of the ocean or is it the size of the ship? Now, I've always heard ladies over time say, it's the motion of the ocean, it's the motion of the ocean. But I feel like they just saying that shit to be nice to guys with the small peeps. Because I know a guy like me with a big peep, I always have known that the girls quite like the fact that me hung like a horsey. They kind of like it. Okay, so I can't really imagine that girls actually like, if they could pick, that they would prefer just having motion in the ocean. Nah. But this time when I asked the question, I got a little bit different response. What I heard was, this one fine, young, honest lady said, you can't have any good motion in the ocean if the size of the ship isn't even able to make a real impact when it's in the water. And now that's the best thing I've ever heard. I mean, let's keep it 1 million, okay? If you're talking about motion in the ocean, how the water going to get moving around, with that little dinghy? If you want that water to start splish splashing around and you want some real movement, you want some real slapping waves around out in that water, out in that oceane, if you really need that movement, then you're going to need quite the size ship coming by to move that water. You feel me? If you want to move that water, then you're going to have a nice size ship. Otherwise, it ain't going to be no motion in the ocean. So what does that mean? That means it's truly all comes back to the size of the ship. So stop playing, ladies. Stop fronting because your man got a small dinghy that he driving you around out in the ocean with that fucking paddle boat. That one that you sit back in and you guys are both paddling it with your fucking feet, and it's got a canopy over it because you're trying not to get a sunburn. You guys are going to be riding around in that, while Chambo and his girls are going to be out here riding around in that goddamn U.S. aircraft carrier, that United States naval ship. You feel me, dog? We're going to be making that splishity splash in the water. Let's keep this podcast rolling, man. Up next, what do we have? Let me see. Oh yeah, I had this question on Instagram where I asked, what are the pros and cons of marrying a blind chick? First of all, you got to assume that the blind chick is bad, straight off the bat, okay? No probs. She's about a good 8.5. Good 8.5 or 9. You feel me? So what are the pros and cons of her actually just being blind? That's the only thing she got wrong with her is her eyeballs don't necessarily work that well. So the first thing that came to my mind was this. If you marry a blind chick, she don't know if you're ugly. Right off the bat. She don't know if you're ugly because to her, love truly is blind. She don't care what you look like because she never seen you before. All she could do is just try to play braille with your face. You know, she putting her hand all over your face, feeling where your nose and your ears and your chin and all that shit are. But she really don't fucking know, right? So that don't matter right off the bat. You could wake up in the morning. Just brush your teeth, not shave. Not wash your face, just be looking crazy as shit, your hair all wild. She don't give a fuck. She still thinks you're awesome. So that's a pro right there. Now, with that being said, that's the first thing came to my mind. Now, the first thing that came to my son's mind, because my son wrote me back on Instagram, he had 3 pretty valid points. Number 1, pro. She can't see you flirting with all the other females. That's right, son. She can't. Number 2, he said, she can't go through your phone and she doesn't know who you're texting. So you could be over there sitting on the couch, right? Talking to whoever the fuck you want to talk about or talk to, texting whoever you want, and she can't even see, right? What's she going to do? Hear you texting? Nah. So you're all good there. And then the last one, which I found fucking hilarious. My son said this, just like his pops. She can't do anything behind your back because she doesn't even know where it is. Bro, that's the funniest shit ever. She doesn't even know where your back is. So how's she gonna do shit behind your back when she don't know where your back is? Basically, in other words, everything that she does is probably gonna be in front of you because she can't figure out where the back is to hide the shit from you. So she's just gonna be doing it all out in the open. So in other words, she gonna be real fucking faithful and real fucking loyal. She not sneaky. How the fuck is a blind woman gonna be sneaky? Her whole life sneaky, okay? Her whole life is just inside her goddamn mind with them closed shutters. Shout out my boy. I love you, Jay. If you want to follow him on Instagram, it's d1.jalen on Instagram. So we're at 52 minutes, man. That's basically it. I'm going to get into my parting words. We're going to get out of here. It's been episode number 30. I'm going to leave this episode up for a little bit, and then what I'm going to do, like I did with the first 15 episodes, I'm going to shuffle all these ones. So we're going to have 1 through 30 will all be on patreon.com. And if you want to hear the early shit, if you want to hear our early shows, because we're going to be moving on, man. We're going to be pushing this fucking rocket ship forward. If you want to hear these old shows, you're going to have to go on patreon.com and listen to them. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell everybody about the podcast. Tell everyone to listen to it. We love you. Shout us out on social media, whatever the fuck you got to do. Hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, all the shit. You know what it is. We're on Anchor. We're on YouTube. We're on fucking Spotify, Google, all the platforms that you need for podcasting. We're all over the place, man. So we love you. Let me get into these parting words and then we are outro. So in this week's parting words, I wanted to talk about Nathaniel Woods. Now this is a terrible case. Alabama executed a man named Nathaniel Woods even though someone else was the killer. Someone else killed 3 police officers, but they still fucking executed Mr. Woods. The case of the 44-year-old Nathaniel Woods convicted in the 2005 murder in connection to the killing of 3 police officers drew the attention nationally of people like Kim Kardashian, Martin Luther King III, etc. It was a big, huge case and everybody knew about it. Now, Woods was 44. He was executed by the state of Alabama and pronounced dead the other day at 10:01 p.m. Eastern. This is terrible, okay? The reason why it's terrible to me is that they tried to make the case he helped plan and plot these officers' murder, which there was no evidence for, okay? The guy who killed the police officers, he admitted and confessed to doing so. He also said that Mr. Woods had nothing to do with it at all. He said it was a spur-of-the-moment decision, which he had not premeditated, which he had not thought to do. They didn't even know that the police were coming over to the fucking house. So how are you going to plot and plan to do something if you don't even know the shit's about to go down? Also, man, I don't believe that you should fucking execute someone that didn't kill anyone else. Okay, it's one thing to make him go to prison forever or make him do jail time or whatever, but if you're not the actual guy who's killing people, if you didn't pull the trigger and kill these 3 police officers, why should you get fucking executed, bro? And also, not only that, there's no evidence that you had anything to do with the shit. There's no evidence that you actually helped plot and scheme and plan their fucking murder. It's an assumption. You're assuming it. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to have justice or a scapegoat, because whenever a boy in blue, whenever one of your own is murdered, and especially 3 of them at the same time, and this guy listed it as one of the bloodiest days in Alabama state history, the police department and the state is definitely going to want revenge. They're going to want retribution for these actions, and they're going to want to set a standard and say, hey, we're not going to allow people to kill our fucking boys in blue. And that's what this is about. This is not about justice, because this man did not need to be murdered. This man did not need to be executed. There's no evidence that he helped plot and set these police officers up to get them killed. And moreover, he's not the one that pulled the trigger or actually physically killed any one of the officers. So you can't fucking execute a guy off of that. What you doing, guys? Alabama, what the fuck is you doing? It's the type of shit that makes me very upset. So I just wanted, on my platform to shout out Mr. Woods. And let me say, I don't exactly know all the details in the case, but I do know enough to know that you shouldn't be executed. And you still should be here on earth. Okay? You might not have been the best guy ever. I don't fucking know you. But I do know that you shouldn't have been executed. And at the very most, you should have did life in prison. And at the least, you should have did, I don't know, some years. But executed, nah, and I don't like that shit. And I don't like that it's 2020 and we live in America in a society where we're still looking to just kill people just off of some revenge shit. Just because one of the boys in blue got popped, we looking to just fucking execute everyone involved in the case. Nah, that ain't how it should be. So anyway, man, with that being said, just wanted to get that off my chest. It's been episode 30. I love you. We reached a milestone. We're fucking here. Logically Offensive, the podcast. You guys are my Martians. I'm the cult fucking leader. We're gassing up the rocket ship as usual. Give your family a hug. Tell the people that you love them, Give your kids a kiss. It's been episode 30. I'll see you guys next week, man. Every Sunday, you know what it is. I love you. Logically Offensive, the podcast. We are officially out of here, bro. Peace.